So I do guess I have a question real quick. Like, how long do you give it if nobody shows up that you're just like, I think we're done here?
Minutes.
10. There you go.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining us for Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling's virtual college exploration program. We are powered by StriveScan, so a huge shout out to them for everything that they've done to make this program possible. Just a couple of housekeeping things. Your microphone and your camera are off, so we cannot see you and know if you laugh at our jokes or engage with us in that way, but we do want you to be able to engage with us and ask questions, so feel free to drop any of your questions in the Q&A button. Just to let you know, that will only be able to be seen by the three of us that you see here on your screen, so don't panic if you don't see it pop up or that it was asked. We can see it on our end, and we will definitely be able to get to that at some point. We do encourage you all to sign up for more sessions. This program is only good if there are people signing up for them. So you can check out IACAC.org today to sign up for any more information sessions that you might be interested in. And this recording will be made available for you. So if you want to go back and watch it later, or you want to maybe go back and find the contact information for the folks that you spoke to, you'll be able to find the recordings as well at IACAC.org. Without further ado, I am going to pass it on to our panelists to talk to you all about Lindenwood.
All right, so my name is Megan Bettis. I am a freshman admissions counselor here at Lindenwood University, and I actually cover the middle and northern portion of the state of Illinois. So basically those of you that are kind of Jerseyville, Staunton area, and north of that, I would be the person that you would be working with if you apply to Lindenwood.
And hi, I'm Keela Ross, and I also am a freshman admissions counselor at Lindenwood University. And my territory is Southern Illinois and St. Louis City. So all of those that are in the Belleville, Edwardsville, East St. Louis area, that would be who you would reach out to me. So that's my area.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to share my screen with you all. So we are Lindenwood University. The first thing that I am going to talk about is where we are located. So we are in St. Charles, Missouri, which is, depending on where you are, between about, it can be up to about 5 hours from the Chicagoland area, as close as about 30 minutes, depending if you're in the Southern Illinois region. But we are home to about 400,000 people. Which there are every amenity you can imagine available to you within just a couple miles of campus. We are just a few blocks from the historic downtown St. Charles that has a lot of local boutiques that you can shop at, a lot of local restaurants. It is also located on the riverfront, which is where you will find Katy Trail, which is the country's largest continuous rail trace. So you actually can do like a lot of hiking in our area if that's something that you enjoy doing. Of course, we do have all the major home or shopping places available to you, such as Target, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Walmart, all those good things. And then of course, all the national chains and local eateries within just a few miles of campus. And then we are just about 25, 30 minutes away from downtown St. Louis. Which has a plethora of fun opportunities for you to discover. So there is Busch Stadium where the Cardinals play. There is Enterprise Center, which is where the Blues play their games. We have the St. Louis Aquarium. There's the St. Louis Zoo. There is Forest Park, multiple museums, the Botanical Gardens. There is the Del Mar Loop, the Hill. There's also Soulard. So a lot of different things that you can choose from while you're here in the area. And this just kind of gives you an idea of where we are in relation to some other major metropolitan areas. So we are 4 hours from both Indianapolis and Louisville, and then we are 5 hours from Nashville and Chicago, and then 4 hours from Kansas City. So still all within a day drive that you can bounce between cities if you want to. So this picture right here is actually Spelman Center. So this is where the admission office is located. So if you ever do come for a visit, this is where you'll actually start your day. Also located in Spelman are the financial aid office, academic services, public safety, and then probably the most important and most popular place in Spelman is the downstairs area where our Chick-fil-A and our Qdoba are located. Makes us a pretty popular spot on campus. But we do have about 4,100 undergraduate students on our campus. We do also have an online population as well as a graduate population of students. So the total campus population can be about 6,000 to 8,000 depending on those populations. But we do have students that are from 47 different states and over 70 different countries worldwide. So that is a number that we are very, very proud of, and our international office works very, very hard at maintaining those relationships across the globe. This is a list of all of our undergraduate degree programs. As you can see, it is split up by school. So you do have the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, Arts, Media, Communication, School of Education, Health Sciences, Humanities, and the School of Sciences. So depending on which major that you choose to declare will determine which school you fall under. Now you do always get an advisor in that particular department when you actually declare a major. And if you happen to be an undecided student, no worries. We have our SAS office, which is our Student Academic Success Center, that does handle all of the scheduling for our undecided students. And you can also minor in all of these programs if you choose to. We do make it very accessible for students to either double major, major minor, or have a major and 2 minors, whichever fits your lifestyle and will get you to where you want to be in your career. One thing you won't see on here, but I will mention that we do offer, you won't see on here our pre-professional programs. So this would be like pre-medicine, pre-dentistry, pre-veterinary medicine, occupational therapy, physical therapy, because those are not majors, those are tracks. So typically students that want to go into those fields will major in either biological sciences or our chemistry department. But you do have to go on to another institution to obtain your doctorate degree in all of those fields before you can practice. This is talks about our classroom experience. So as you can see, we do have a 17-to-1 student professor ratio. So we do have a very small, intimate classroom setting. You're not going to be in a large lecture hall among 200 to 300 students. We do not teach in our lecture halls. So your professor is going to know who you are, going to know your face, and going to know a lot about you. There is no blending into the wall in our classrooms, which definitely has proven to be a big benefit for our students. But we do cap all of our classes at 35, so you would never have a class over that amount of students on our campus. Typically, the average class size does range between 17 to 22, but depending on your major and then how high in the classes you are, that number can definitely get smaller. We do also require our professors to have at least 10 hours of office time each week. So this is a minimum for our professors. So this is a time for students to schedule meetings to either go over an assignment, maybe get some clarification on something you're struggling in. If you want to talk about your schedule for the next semester or your 4-year plan, or even talk to them about internship opportunities or post-graduation job employment. So great use of getting to know your professors. We do also have several study abroad programs depending on your interest and how long you want to be abroad. So we do offer the full semester, so you would actually be spending an entire semester in another country of your choosing, and you would actually be attending classes and enrolling in a university in that country. We do also offer summer study abroad programs. So these are typically for internships, research projects, or volunteer work, and they range from 3 to 8 weeks. So you can actually determine how long you want to be gone. And of course, like it says, they are done in the summertime, so you are not missing a lot of class time. We also do have our faculty-led short-term courses. So this is a great opportunity if you kind of want to dip your toe into the study abroad world. These are group trips. So you have 1 to 2 faculty members that lead these trips, and then you have about 15 to 20 students that can go on them. They are between 10 and 14 days, so they are shorter trips, and they are typically done over a summer break as well, so you're not missing any class time. These do have a certain academic focus to them, so there is kind of a subject matter to it, but anybody from any major is more than welcome to go on these trips. Now, one recommendation that our study abroad office does tell students is that if you are planning to study abroad, to plan a year in advance. There are multiple reasons for that. One being you are going to have to get a passport in order. You may also have to get your visa in order if you are going to be enrolling as a student in another country, which that can be a pretty lengthy process, as well as making sure all of your financial aid is taken care of and your bills are paid, both at Lindenwood and in the school that you would be enrolling at in the other country. So that can take a little bit of time to get all of that taken care of. So they definitely encourage a year in advance for these programs. So this picture right here is actually the inside of our library. This is our Library and Resource Center, or the LARC as we like to call it on campus. And up there on that second floor, you will find the Study Abroad office. You will also find our Career Services office. So they offer a multitude of opportunities for students to help them not only while they're on campus, but prepare them for that transition after graduation. So we do have a Dress for Success closet in that office. So if a student is going to go for an interview for an internship or a job for after graduation, and say they don't have the money or time to go out and buy new professional wear, you can walk over to the LARC. They do have a closet of professional clothing that you can take whatever you need, go to the interview, and bring it back when you're done, free of charge for students. So if you're ever in a pinch, they are more than happy to help you out with that. They also do have resume assistance. So if you've never built a resume before, they can help you with that. Or if you already have one and you want somebody to kind of look it over and make any changes, they can do that for you as well. They do also hold interview workshops. Not only do they hold one-on-one interview workshops, but they'll also do them in group format, as well as a dinner etiquette workshop. So if you ever happen to have that unique situation where you are doing an interview over dinner, they can actually give you the skills to handle that. They also do offer information about career and internship fairs, both the ones held on our campus or those held outside of the campus in our community. Same goes for the career and networking events. We will hold some on our own campus, and then of course there are others outside of campus that go on, and they do provide all the information for those to students. So this is a few pictures of the different campus activities going on our campus. As you can see, 80% of your time will be spent outside of the classroom. So campus activities are the fun things to do at college. We do have over 90 different student organizations, and I always encourage students, no matter where you end up enrolling at in college, you definitely want to make sure that you are getting involved. There are great benefits to being involved on campus. It's a great way to make friends, meet people on campus, and not only for students, but you can also make connections with faculty and staff members, as well as those outside of the community, because we do a lot of work with our surrounding community in St. Charles. It also gives you great opportunities for leadership roles, which is going to be a major thing that both employers and grad schools are going to look at when you are applying for those later on. We do also have our own student government, if that is something you are interested in running for. We also do have our own campus activities board. So this is the student organization that is responsible for bringing all of the fun things to campus. So they put on concerts, they do homecoming, they do Winterfest, they do Family Day, they do Dark Carnival, a lot of different things that go on our campus. They are kind of in charge of putting together. So if that is something that interests you, you do still have that opportunity here on our campus to be involved in that. And then we do have 6 on-campus fraternities and sororities, so 3 of each. They do not have their own houses on our campus, but we do have a dorm that's set aside for the fraternity members and a dorm set aside for the sorority members. Now, you are not required to live in those dorms, but it is an option for you if that is something you would like to do. So this is our athletic page. Now, Lindenwood University is a Division II institution. So we do have 27 recognized NCAA programs. And then we do also have over 40 different competitive sports teams. Both groups of programs are eligible for athletic scholarships. Now, given the rules that surround NCAA and Division II schools, it is a requirement that if students are interested in an athletic program, that you do have to reach out to the coaches directly. Admissions can't be the middleman between a student and a coach, but you can find every single sport that we offer on our athletic website, as well as all the contact information for our coaches. I also encourage you, when you are reaching out to coaches, to make sure that you're sending any film on yourself or any statistics that you have on your athletic career, to make sure that they are able to get a good picture of your skills. We also do have our own student athlete center. So there is an academic success tutoring center in that building. So all student athletes are required to spend a certain amount of hours in there every week, and that number is determined by the coaches particularly of each program. But it does have its own athletic training facilities in there. It also has its own private rooms for men and women. It also has coaches' office, meeting spaces, and our Hall of Fame room is in there as well. And it is actually attached to our Hunter Stadium, which is where our football team, rugby, soccer, field hockey, and lacrosse teams all compete on. So this is a listing of all of the different scholarship opportunities that are available to students. As you can see, there is a long list of those for students. The first one being our academic scholarships. So you may also hear these referred to as our merit scholarships. So these are based upon students' academic performance in high school. So we do use students' unweighted GPA to determine which scholarship they are awarded. Those range between 2,000 and 10,000, and they are renewable for up to 5 years as long as a student remains in good academic standing with the university. So basically means that you need to have a 2.0 GPA or higher to keep those. Like I said earlier, we do offer athletic scholarships. Those are determined by the coaches. So they decide who gets them and how much. So if you are wanting to know information about athletic scholarships, you will need to reach out to the coaches directly. We do also have our fine and performing arts scholarships. So this would be in the music, theater, and art departments. These do require an audition or submission of a portfolio. So you will have to reach out to those respected departments individually, depending on which one you want to audition for, because they will provide you with all of the requirements, as well as they will be the ones that you schedule an audition date with. So those auditions do go through the fall semester into the beginning of the spring semester. Usually mid-February is the cutoff for those auditions. And then kind of like athletics, those departments are the ones that decide who gets the scholarships and how much. We do also have our Inclusivity Leadership Scholarship Program. So this is for minority students. There is a separate application that you do have to complete for this program, as well as submitting an essay and a resume. Now, if you are selected for this leadership program, it's not just a scholarship, but you are actually enrolling in a 4-year program on our campus. So 15 students are going to be awarded this scholarship. So you are more than welcome to apply for that, I believe October 1st moving forward. We also do have our legacy scholarship. So this is if you have a parent, grandparent, or legal guardian that is a graduate of Lindenwood University. Basically, you need to either let myself or Keela know who that alumni is. We verify it in our system, and you are automatically qualified for that scholarship. Same for that bottom one for the sibling scholarship. If you will have a sibling that will be enrolled at Lindenwood at the same time you would be attending, all you have to do is let Keeler and I know which student that is. We verify it in our system, and again, you're automatically eligible for that scholarship program. We do also offer some need-based scholarships. So this is based upon your FAFSA information. So when you apply for that, the free application for federal student aid, that's what the FAFSA stands for. If you submit that to Lindenwood and our financial aid office reviews that, if there is a need, you are eligible to possibly qualify for some aid through us. And then last but not least is our Sibley Scholarship Program. So this is the highest academic scholarship that we award students. Again, there is a separate application that you do have to fill out, as well as provide an essay and a resume. That particular application will open next Thursday, October 1st. And then once we receive all the scholarships, the deadline is January 8th to apply for that. And then we will actually select the top applicants from that pool to do an in-person interview in February. And then from that interview portion, we will decide who gets those scholarships. Last year we did award 20 of those, and those range between $15,000 and $21,000. So they do have the potential of being a full tuition scholarship. You can also find all the scholarship information on our admissions website. So these are kind of the next steps if you are interested in Lindenwood. So the first one is going to be visiting campus. This is the best way to determine if you do or do not like a school. You definitely want to make sure that you are also visiting a variety of schools. So the small, medium, big, just to kind of determine what you do and don't like as far as a college campus goes. But you can see there is our visit website. So you can register for a visit online. And I will talk a little bit more in depth about visiting campus in the next slide. And then we do have our online application. We have our own application that you can submit. It is free to apply to Lindenwood, or we do accept the common application. So if that is something you plan on doing, we do accept that as well. Of course, we will need your official high school transcripts. So your school, you will need to request those from your school. They can either mail them to us, or they can be sent electronically through parchment naviance or emailing Keela or myself directly. And then we are also a test optional institution. So what that means is we do not require ACT or SAT scores to be submitted for the admission process. There is a spot on the application that will ask you if you want them used or not. And if you select no, we won't ever ask them of you. So we'll never see your test scores. And you are not penalized in any fashion if you decide you do not want to submit them to us. Test scores are not a factor in our scholarship awarding on Lindenwood's campus. And then, of course, there is filing the FAFSA. So the FAFSA opens up next Thursday, October 1st. And for the senior class, you will definitely want to make sure that you are selecting the 21-22 FAFSA application, because that will be for your first year on campus. And we do provide our school code there for you. So when you're filling it out, if you want your information to be sent directly to us, you type that code in, hit the submit button at the end, and that will come directly to us. Now, we probably won't start sending out financial aid awards until the end of the year, beginning of next year. So there will be a little bit of a gap between submitting the FAFSA and then getting your award. So this is where we'll talk about a visiting campus. We are lucky enough that we are open to campus visitors. So you can come to campus Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. We do also offer Saturday visits, and those are at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. So you will need to register for those through our website. And you are allowed to bring guests. Now, obviously, given the current situation with COVID-19, we have had to limit the guests that students can bring. So our policy is that a student can bring 2 guests on their campus visit. Now, when you do come to campus, masks are required at all times. You do still have to adhere to the 6-foot social distance rule, as well as all of the other guidelines set by the CDC and the health department. Now, we can still personalize your visit. The one thing you'll see on here that we're not allowed to do at this time is let you attend an in-person class, again, because of COVID-19 at this time, but hopefully later on that is something we are able to offer again. But we can still set you up a virtual meeting with a faculty member if there is a particular major that you are interested in and you would like to get more information about that. We can definitely arrange that for you. You will always meet with somebody from admissions when you come to campus. So if you do have any questions about the admission process, financial aid, we are here to help you out with that. And if you do have some in-depth questions or things you would like to go over with our Student Financial Services Office, we can definitely also arrange a virtual visit with one of them if you would like to do so. So here are some of our general links that you can find on our website. All of these can actually be found on the main page of lindenwood.edu's website. The first one is the admissions page itself. So again, that's where you're going to find a lot of information about costs, scholarships, financial aid, any updates to campus that are going on, as well as kind of all of the departments on campus, residential life, dining, academic services, that kind of thing you can find on our admissions page. You can also schedule a visit. Again, that is our link to apply. And then that is the general line for the whole campus if you would need something. So this is my contact information. My name, again, is Megan, and you can reach me at my email, my office phone number, or there is a texting number that I do receive text to my computer. And then you can email Keela. It'll be at nross@lindenwood.edu. Again, all of her contact information is on our website as well. So definitely do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are here to help and more than happy to assist you in any way that we can. And that's all I've got for you. So I do want to make sure if there's any questions that anyone has, now is the time to go ahead and answer or ask them. My favorite part about Lindenwood. So I was never a student here on Lindenwood's campus, so I can't quite attest to what it's like being a student here, but I can tell you what my favorite part about working here is that it definitely reminds me of what I fell in love with the college I did attend. Because it's kind of the best of both worlds here, which is what I like. So I like that we are our own community here, and you definitely get to know a lot of people, but there's still always that opportunity of meeting new people. But then, of course, when you just step outside, even across the street, you have every amenity that you could possibly imagine within this area. So that's kind of why I like it. It's the best of both worlds. It's a close family. We're a pretty tight-knit group here in the admission office, so we like to have a lot of fun. So it's been a very welcoming campus, which is probably been my favorite aspect of it.
I would have to agree too, Megan. I'm fairly new, about almost 8 months, and one of the things that I really love is just that camaraderie and that small town feel. Although you're less than 30 minutes from a big city, and just having access to the different stores as Megan mentioned earlier. And it's just a beautiful campus as well. The greenery, the scenery, and the buildings. There's a historic side to it, as well as a lot of modern buildings and things of that nature. And you really won't meet a stranger. Like, everyone is friendly, and not just in the food area, but that counts too. So it is very warm and welcoming, but also you get that that scenery, that it's secluded. So that's one of the biggest things that I love about the campus.
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions anyone has? Well, if nobody else has any questions, I definitely won't keep anybody from the rest of their day. I'm sure everyone is still very busy with schoolwork and things like that going on. But again, if you do have any other questions, you are more than welcome to reach out to either Keela or myself. We can both help you out, or you can always contact the admission office directly. We'd be more than happy to assist you. So hopefully we see everybody either on campus or applying. Great to talk to everybody, and I hope you enjoyed our visit.
Thank you.
It looks like everybody logged out. There was another person jumped in the middle and kind of rode through most of the presentation. So we'll go ahead and end it here. Thank you all so much for your time and for presenting to the students of Illinois. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so very much.
All right, we'll see you all soon. Stay safe, okay?
See ya. You too. Bye.